In whoopsie daisy news,
Whoopsie!
Mr. Poopy Butthole.
Mr. Poopy Butthole!
Season 4's coming back.
It's already out.
Shit!
Dude, yeah, it's already out.
I retweeted the link.
Shit! Oh god! Watch it!
You can watch it right now.
What are we talking about?
God.
Rick and Morty season 4.
This is a non-Rick and Morty channel
First
table.
episode of season 4 is pretty good. It's back to old.
Don't spoil.
I'm not spoiling it, but I'm saying it's back to old school.
Kyle will murder you.
Anyway.
Like this man. A Texas man shot and killed his wife.
Like this, what a great transition. You should get an award.
Wait, what?
Because she spoiled something.
Yeah.
I said, a Texas man shot and killed his wife. He says he was sleepwalking. And I was laughing because I was like, Kyle will kill you. And then I read the title, I was like, all right, we're talking about he'll kill me.
Like this guy killed his wife.
Yeah. So a Houston man was charged with the murder of his wife, and he admits to shooting her, but he contends that he wasn't fully responsible because he was sleepwalking.
He was sleepwalking.
Yeah, Raymond Lazarine, 67, went on trial this week in the 2013 death of his wife, Deborah. So that's our culprit right there.
Yeah, that's the type of dude who would shoot his wife in his sleep. Dude, have you heard of like actual sleepwalking shit though? He's really crazy stuff.
It's scary as
Well,
fuck.
you know what? That's true. My brother, he came into my room at the time and he peed in our trash bin.
Well, at least he's in the trash.
And he had no awareness. I was like, "What are you doing right now?"
What you're saying is that he could have come in and shot the trash can.
Boom!
Dude, some people do like full on like
Yeah, they do,
like
actually.
acts like I was listening recently. There's one guy, he carried his mattress out in the rain and then laid on his mattress outside in the rain. Like he didn't wake up from the rain or anything. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
people do actually do crazy shit.
And that's where I'm like kind of conflicted about this story because it's like according to the story, it's pretty crazy. Like he shot his wife like, I think it's like 6 times.
Jesus.
That's too many times.
That's like a drunken man's words or a sober man's thoughts kind of thing.
His wife has been shot 6 times, including in the head and back. Like, that's pretty crazy. So I'm like, this could be either a incredible cover story, or it's like, also imagine like, what if this is true? Like, what if he's actually sleepwalking and he just fucking killed his wife? Can you fucking imagine?
I'm not saying he shouldn't be punished.
No, he should definitely be punished because
Yeah, you still fucking killed your wife.
you still
right?
killed somebody. Yeah.
Have you guys seen the video of the guy who fucking sleepwalks and then kills himself?
What?
What?
So there is a video.
How did they know he was sleepwalking? Like,
Because there's security cameras and obviously, I mean,
do you look different?
no, I don't know. I think his eyes were closed or something like that. He was just feeling his way. But I think it's in China because it's like one of those high-rise buildings.
Or he just walks
And
off.
he just,
he walked off.
He opens the door. And there's like the railing.
Oh, so he didn't even like jump?
He didn't jump. He like goes over and just hangs from the rail and then lets go. And it's like the scariest shit. Like,
That's the happening shit, dude.
It's
Like where everyone starts
crazy.
walking off the edge of buildings.
it's insane. But it was like, he's supposedly like sleepwalking.
What the
Yeah.
Are they sure? 'Cause
That's insane.
Still kind of sounds like someone who's killing themselves.
Yeah.
That's just.
well, I mean, they are.
He just needed Jesus, and he just had a demon come into his home at night. If my grandma, to their Hope Witness, was right about that shit, bringing demons into your home, that's what happened.
Probably, trust me. Hey, I have no clue what the real scenario is. I didn't look into it. It's just scary to watch, and the idea of like potentially in your subconscious, you just like get up and you just.
It's like the call of the void or something like that. I read about this where it's like you get random thoughts about like. Well, because I've had like thoughts like this, not like serious thoughts, but it's like the random thought where it's just like, what if I drank bleach right now? And it's just like a random thought.
Oh, yeah,
but,
I get that shit.
I get those all the time.
When you're standing like on the edge of a cliff, you're like, what if I just jumped off right now?
Top. So there's a thing for it. It's called Call of the Void, where it's just like human beings just have thoughts about like, what would happen if I just like
Did this.
and like fucking died or whatever. And it's weird, but it's like a thing. It doesn't mean I'm suicidal. It just means that like it's just a random.
Do I get that shit every time? Like if I'm really high up on something and I look straight down, I always think about like, what if I just boom off?
Yeah.
You don't want to do it. Like, no, not at all. But like, yeah, you're just like, what if, you know?
Damn, he must hate his wife so much to sleepwalk and actually commit that crime.
Well, that's if he's actually sleepwalking.
And that's the
I'm
big
just
if.
saying though,
That's
like,
what we're going off.
subconsciously, right? Like when you talk about things like subconsciously, or it's things that are like.
But then you don't necessarily see what you think you're seeing, right? What if you saw an intruder, right?
But I'm just saying that as a like someone who was sleepwalking, right? it must have hit him so fucking hard that he must have fucking hated his wife so bad that he's like, I want to fucking do it,
'Cause my
but
brother
only in my
peeing-
dreams.
Yeah, my brother peeing, that's something he would do. He just didn't get to the toilet in time, so he peed somewhere
But then
else.
what about the guy who carried his bed outside in the rain? He didn't always want to sleep in the rain.
Yeah, that's weird.
Maybe he was too hot and needed to cool down, man. I don't fucking know.
This guy says that, or they're saying that he is asleep. Like,
Can you do a video where you only do voices?
This guy is a sleepwalker. Like, he does sleepwalk, but they're also saying that his son is testifying, saying that he's been going to psychiatrists for more than a decade, and he's taking prescription drugs that he sometimes mixes with alcohol. That's why you don't fucking do that.
Well, then that's definitely his fault if he mixed it with alcohol.
He said he took the medication on the day of the shooting, so they're thinking that that might be a contributing factor. Again, really tragic, but at the end of the day, if you shoot somebody, like, you have to fucking be accountable.
6 times though. Like,
Okay, as a gun guy.
that doesn't wake you up.
As a gun guy,
Yeah.
what's the level in which you feel like you have enough of like psychological trauma, or not even trauma, but like issues where you shouldn't have a gun in the household? Because for him, right, if
Right,
you're
he
sleepwalking
shouldn't
all the
have
time
one.
and you know you
shouldn't
just
own one.
grab random shit or just pick up random shit and do whatever, like, should you even have a gun in the house at that point?
That's tricky because
Because I know anything can be used as a weapon, but some things can be used as a weapon a lot easier.
Right, and this is where I can potentially get in a lot of trouble with like just it depending
Should I
on.
not ask you because you work in this industry?
I think it is.
Kyle.
What the fuck? Whoa,
For
whoa.
me, I think that as a gun owner, as a responsible gun owner, I would want to be as safe as possible with it, and but I also want to like say it's a very case by case thing.
Would you have a line for yourself? Would you have a line for yourself? Not other people. You're not putting regulations on other people because we know how people feel about regulations.
For my,
Yourself?
I don't like.
What is the line for yourself where you're like, man, I'm sleepwalking. I shouldn't have this
For
gun.
me personally, it would depend on the kind of sleepwalking. Like if I'm just sleepwalking, like if I just walk around the house or whatever, like that. And I mean, I'm assuming that I have all these things locked up and like secured in a way that is,
But you can
safe.
enter in your own code. You know it.
Wait.
I don't know, but that's
But this guy, has he had previous episodes of
Just sleepwalking.
regular sleepwalking, or has he gone? Oh, it doesn't say.
It doesn't say, and that's why it makes me feel like maybe this is just a really like convenient excuse for him that he was just like, I wanted to do this, and this is the thing that I was gonna do anyway, and like I sleepwalk, I'll just put the 2 and 2 together and like come up with a story or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it could be.
But that's the thing is that like assuming that I was just like walking around in it, because there's different degrees of sleepwalking, right? There's different degrees of people like walking around, and like some people like go straight up and like make a whole ass meal or
Yeah,
whatever.
so for yourself, what's the limit where you feel like I shouldn't have a gun myself anymore?
I think if I was
You're digging deep on that one.
Right? Like, cause in like, I don't know, like even like people who age, right? There's a time where they're like, I shouldn't have a car anymore.
Exactly. You have to be
Same
retested
thing.
when you're a senior citizen. You have to be retested for your car. Granted, we
So
don't
I
have
think it's the
tests
same
for
idea. Like
guns,
when you feel like you're unfit to drive a car or you're unfit to have a gun in your own house, like a lot of times you can decide yourself, right? So what's your own like your own line?
If it was getting to the point where I was getting myself in danger, like the part where I was to be like, I left the stove on or something like that could have burned the house down or whatever, like that part is like.
So once there's like some,
I think once there's a level of danger where I'm like.
but not just like straight up. What if you went like in your your sleeping craziness? You went and like actually did things. Like not so much as dangerous things, but you're actually doing things like picking up things, moving furniture.
It would have to depend on the complexity of what I was doing.
Because if
like-
you were like, let's say, like straight up, you rearranged your entire living room. That's a complex thing to do, right? So
that would carry over
You could
to
easily
gun.
at that point enter in a code, get your gun, and like shoot somebody, or even yourself, right?
I don't know. I would need to see more. I guess I would need to dig more into like, because if I had a condition where I was sleepwalking, I would have to talk to like a psychiatrist or some sort of like medical professional. Be like, how severe is this? Like, is this a crazy severe case? Is this something where you think as a professional that I should be way more cautious with what I'm leaving out and stuff like that? Because I mean, is it a matter of like, shit, I need to baby-proof my house again? Because like I could like easily just like open up fucking drawers and stuff like that and be like knocking shit out and stuff. It depends. It really depends. And me as a individual, I think I'd want that choice to sort of, assuming I'm, mentally capable of like, doing this, and I'm not like.
I'm not saying you're a crazy person. You're just sleepwalking, Ryan.
No, I don't know. But this guy sounds like he might be crazy. So
That's true.
Putting on my ID channel hat for this guy.
What is that?
Was there ID channel, like investigative discovery or something like that? It's a channel all about like this kind of
On
shit.
TV?
Yeah, so like police. Putting on my police hat right now, I would be like, okay, does this guy have a motive? Did he have a reason for killing?
Did they
there
talk
was?
about any kind of
Was there a
motive?
No, there is no thing. It says that he's.
I mean, the son weighed in and said that he was on medication and stuff.
Yeah,
so I feel
so
like the son would have, assuming the son also cares about his mother.
Right.
He would have been like, oh yeah, my dad gets into fights all the time with my mom. But like they didn't bring that up. And yeah, they just sound happy all the time.
Yeah.
Then
there's no information about that kind of stuff. I mean, the case might still be ongoing.
Considering how like hot of a headline this is, they would have mentioned, oh yeah, they fought all the time.
So let's say we believe him. Let's say he was sleepwalking. What do you guys think would be an appropriate sentencing for it? It definitely would be manslaughter.
It's still manslaughter. Sure. Like it's.
But do you say it's like because of how harsh it was? Would it go to like 20 years to life?
This dude's pretty old. Like this dude's pretty old already. I think that like any kind of like jail sentence at this point is
the rest of his life.
I feel like at that point, if he's super old, they're gonna take away his gun.
He's not super old, but he's like 67. Like
yeah, well, I mean, they would for sure take away his gun. I don't know if they would put him in jail forever or anything like that.
I think a lot of
maybe like a short amount of
I
years.
feel like it could be for even if it's like 4 years. Like this dude doesn't look like he's in the best of shape.
Like,
man. Like, you saw him.
No, if the jury fully decided that it was completely like sleepwalking.
Oh yeah, it's completely
I
accidental.
don't think it would be a harsh sentence.
That still is manslaughter
Like-
though. Like even if you run someone over and you kill them by
No,
accident.
but then that's like you're in
What
the
is the
vehicle,
sentencing for
right? If this thing
manslaughter?
was
What is
locked
it?
up in a
Yeah,
safe,
no, that's a
he
little
did
different.
all of like
Yeah.
the things that you're supposed to do with
He
the
was
gun.
also
he was mixing
you could
alcohol.
also argue that because he's taking alcohol with his prescription medication. Yeah.
He's at fault.
Yeah, for sure with that. But then like what? I guess the article didn't say if he drank alcohol that time, right? I don't know.
It didn't.
And based on how recent this article is, it's published November 6th. The trial is probably still ongoing. So that's probably why
Do they publish things about?
Oh, that's why they can't come things
They
out.
can publish what it's about, I think, but if it's ongoing, you can't talk about like, the details until
Potentially the jury can see it, and then it's like a mistrial.
the case is still on. Like they're still deliberating about it in court.
So what do you guys think should happen to him if like it's straight
it's
up-
true?
If his everything he said is completely true. Like he loved his wife to pieces, and then to pieces.
If it's true, like, jeez.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's a dark joke.
Well,
I like that.
you like it?
I like that.
My worry is the fact that he mixed alcohol and the drugs.
But we don't know if he did that night though.
But
I think
wasn't it stated that
He previously
Is it like in a
has.
drunken stupor and like he's also taking it, or is it like one of those people who that night he took the prescription at like 6 p.m. and then at 10 p.m. he's like,
This
I
is
wanted
what
a
jury
beer.
rooms are like, by the way.
Right?
This is jury.
Here's why I don't believe it. How loud is a gunshot? Because you said 6 shots, right? He shot her 6 times.
Shotgun? Shotgun?
No, I think it was like a handgun.
No, yeah. No, but shot her 6 times. How loud does it need to be to like wake your ass up?
Sometimes I hear, sometimes it's fucking.
He's guilty.
And don't get me wrong, he's obviously a gun user, so he goes to the gun range and he's like conscious or like
Maybe he lost his hearing from just never using earplugs.
he doesn't use ear protection. He can't hear shit. No, but I mean like I feel like you would wake up after like firing a weapon.
You'd think, but like they talked about the guy that ran out in the rain with a fucking mattress.
And I also talked about the guy who kill off
yeah,
himself.
just like fucking
But-
jumped off a building.
But I'm just saying, like,
I don't
Felt
think
the breeze in his hair, holding onto the bar.
I don't think normal senses count
They
when
don't,
you're
they
sleepwalking.
And that's when you
Oh
start
yeah, it
bringing
numbs you out too, right?
what's that?
Like when you fall asleep, like your senses get numbed out too.
Yeah,
So
that's when you bring in the expert. That's when you
Yeah,
on the
that's
jury you have an expert come in. They explain like this is what sleep deprivation does, or this
Definitely,
is
like,
what
his
sleepwalking is.
psychologist
And then you have
is
to
the
believe the
biggest
expert or
witness.
not believe the expert. Like I love it. Being on a jury is actually pretty fun. Like
I have no experience in sleepwalking whatsoever. No one has ever caught me sleepwalking, so I
I'm
don't
ready
think
for
I
her to
do
say,
that at all.
"Fuck this
But
guy," though.
For the
Nelson?
people that do, the fans that are watching, let us know what your sleepwalking experiences are and like what it's completely like,
curious.
because we are curious and we just really kind of want to understand him. I still think that this guy is hella guilty for just killing his wife in the fucking head, dude, 6 times.
I think he's guilty regardless because he did the act, and I think that regardless of whether or not you want to talk about intention and
Here, how much do you guys care about judicial systems being about reformation? Is it reformation?
it's like you're talking about like
yeah, when you reform,
Yeah,
right,
okay.
or to help people get better, or like someone who did something terrible to like it's like
Well, that's
to
more like the
re-educate
jail
them,
system, yeah.
or do you care more about just punishing people? Because
Punishment or reformation?
yeah, because I feel like just punishing people, what's the benefit of anybody in this?
Now you're going into like the
Yeah.
judicial system.
We'll see if people care about the
that's true, too.
complex
That's true, too.
subjects.